Once a shining star on the football scene, Anthony Martial arrived at Manchester United as a top prospect, hoping to become the next big player for the Red Devils.
Anthony Martial! Anthony Martial!
Now, that's a dream come true, right? But here's a twist. Despite all of these individual accolades he got at Monaco, something unexpected happened. He made this big money move to Manchester United, and instead of soaring to even greater heights, as many players do, your promising career takes a turn. A huge turn, to say the least. It's like riding a wave that keeps crashing all of a sudden. Imagine being Anthony Martial, once the talk of the football town, now a forgotten player, a total waste of talent, and after signing extraordinary contracts that almost marked him as one of the best in the world, he ultimately turned out to be far from world class. It's crazy how football's narrative can change in the blink of an eye, from being categorized as one of the best young prospects into a forgotten figure. This is the rise and fall of Anthony Martial. Okay, let's begin. Let me start from the beginning, all the way back when Anthony first started in France. Oh man, Anthony's time in France was pretty exciting to watch. He really was a standout talent at Lyon, but it was really at Monaco where he really started making waves. When he first got there, he was this young, talented kid with loads of potential, just like many French players of that era. Kylian Mbappé, Ousmane Dembélé, and Eduardo Camavinga were a few players that had a lot of hype coming out of France. Didn't take long for Martial to start turning heads though. By his second season, he was getting way more minutes on the pitch, and you could just see his confidence growing with every game. During his 2 seasons at Monaco, especially his last one, he recorded 12 goals and 5 assists in 48 matches. These were some pretty decent stats. Watching him play in Ligue 1 was a blast, because you can tell he was having a lot of fun with it. He had this slick dribbling style, and also he had the knack for finding the back of the net. It was of no surprise that big clubs started to notice him. Honestly, his time in France was a launch pad to his career, and you can really tell that he was destined for something bigger. In 2015, Anthony Martial made a splash at Old Trafford, coming from Monaco as a rising star and a goal-scoring forward. Fast, powerful, and highly sought after by various European teams. He was awarded the Golden Boy in 2015 for being the best young footballer in the world. Players like Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappé, and Erling Haaland are a few examples that have won this coveted award. And I can say this with full conviction is that this indicates a future success for a player. And I say usually, quote unquote, because a player cannot always turn out to be a star. In his first season, Martial had a really strong start at Manchester United, being considered a starter and delivering with pretty impressive goals. He ended his first season with 17 goals and 9 assists in 49 matches, creating great expectations for his future. But unfortunately, Martial entered a super inconsistent phase. There were flashes of brilliance here and there, but consistency was a real issue. He'd have these games where he was absolutely incredible, and then he'd just disappear for a few matches. Injuries didn't help either, and with all those managerial changes at United, because they literally sucked, it seemed like he never really found footing with any manager. Some coaches trusted him more than others, and that definitely impacted him on the pitch. In his second season, he only scored 8 goals and 8 assists in 42 games, worried by physical problems that stopped his play all through several seasons. Despite all of that, you can't deny the talent that Anthony Martial had. The 1920 season saw a significant improvement as he scored 23 goals and provided 9 assists in 48 matches, marking his best season yet. However, he couldn't maintain this sort of form. Martial became a burden for United. He was no longer considered an appealing young talent, and the club's faith in him faded. United had so much confidence in Martial that they included bonuses for Monaco in case Martial hit certain milestones. One of those goals was to reach 25 goals at United, which was achieved in 2018, though it took a lot longer than expected. Another goal was to reach 25 matches with the French national team before the year 2019, but he was only able to get 18 matches during that time frame. The most optimistic bonus was to win the Ballon d'Or before the year 2019, and this was almost impossible, or pretty much impossible, because of Messi and Ronaldo. By 2022, after limited opportunities at the club, Martial sought a fresh start and was loaned to Sevilla in Spain, a club often seen as a haven for players looking to restart their careers. He had a few decent games, especially when the team really needed someone to step up. You'd see glimpses of that killer instinct in front of goal and his silky dribbling. However, Martial's stint at Sevilla was a failure due to injuries. He scored just 1 goal in 12 matches. After returning to Manchester United, his performance continued to be poor, and the fans weren't really having it since he was one of the players who earned the most and yet contributed with so little. In his final season, he played just 19 matches and scored 2 goals, which led to the final straw at United. And after 9 years, Manchester United decided not to renew his contract, and Martial will be without a club. It's clear that he stayed at Old Trafford for too long, and the club was overly patient for a player who delivered so little. Now, at nearly 29 years old, Martial is looking for a new team. There's always that hope that he'll finally have that breakout season that we've all been waiting for, where he stays fit and just goes on a tear. But yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster with Martial. You root for him to succeed because you see the flashes of brilliance, but it's been a bit of a frustrating ride watching him try to pull it all together. He never became the star he was expected to be, and he remains one of the most expensive signings in Manchester United's history. So yeah, this has been the rise and fall of Anthony Martial. But tell me, who should I be talking about next in the series? If you like the channel's content, please leave a like and subscribe, as I would really appreciate it. Okay, well, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.